Okay. Megovanen everyone, and welcome to another package opening update video. It is just one thing, and I got this today in the mail. I ordered this about a couple days ago. Seems like it's good. I have this movie already, but I got I can't remember exactly, the year, but it was like, I think, the 2010 or 2011 edition of this film. It was in a digipack, and it is a film noir, and I'll open it now. I have it, but I was trying to look for it, but I misplaced it. I don't know. And I guess that's the problem with having so much stuff. You can't remember where every single thing is. I don't know. It could also be maybe back there in those shelves, but I reorganized everything is the thing. I do have it, and you're gonna see what movie it is. It's just too bad I can't find it. So I have this movie twice, but this one here is the 2015 4K scan remaster of it. It is a Carol. I don't know if you pronounce it Carl or Carol. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I guess if it's a man, it's Carl. But if it's a woman, it's Carol. I'll just call them Carol Reed films, starring Orson Welles. And it is The Third Man. Look at this. This is beautiful. Now, I looked up information on this one. This is an import. But you know what? I paid like only $17 for this, so it's really not bad, and free shipping. What was I saying? Oh, and I looked it up to make sure my player could run it, and it said it's confirmed. Region A, B, and Region C are confirmed to work. So despite what it says here in the back, where it's somewhere back here, it says Region B, but I guess all regions work. It really is region free. So this is a Studio Canal one, actually. And does it say Studio? It's Vintage Classics. I believe this is Studio Canal. Yeah, see, it says here. It is a Studio Canal. You see that? On there. But the Digipack one, the American release, it's a cardboard Digipack. It's not in a case like this. That is also Studio Canal, but an older transfer. I wanted to get this because maybe some of you know that the Criterion release of this, it's like maybe about 15 years now. It's been, just decommissioned from Criterion or out of print. Like they lost the rights for it, so it's no longer available on Criterion. And you can still get it on Criterion, but you're gonna pay like $200-300 for it. So that is why I got it was either 2010 or somewhere around there, 2010 Digipack release of The Third Man. And I saw it once before, and back then I didn't grasp every single thing, and then I started watching it a second time just most recently. And basically it's about a guy who comes to Austria on a plane. His friend invited him, which is played by Orson Welles here, and this other friend, not Orson Welles, he is a novelist. He makes stories, and only one person there in Austria, like a security guard, recognized him, and he was very starstruck and everything. But then when he arrived there too, he also discovered that his friend had died. So now he's on this kind of mission to figure out what is going on, and I didn't get super far in my second watch, but I do remember seeing him and seeing him again, not as a flashback. He's not really dead, and I think he's not really, Orson Welles here is not really in it all that much. from what I remember from the first time I saw it. But this is a film noir, and one of the best ones, I think. This has really good features, and as far as I know, there's two features here that are either it's like region locked, or it's just it won't play unless you have like a region free player. But all the features work except for shadowing the third man, and the other one is that will not work. So shadowing the third man special feature will not work, and the other one is, what was it? And I know this just because of, from my research. A filmmaker's influence, the third man, a filmmaker's influence. Wait, is that one right? Filmmakers. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Restoring the third man. No, that's right. So at least we have stuff like restoring the third man that we can see. There's a crap ton of special features. I'll show it to you. So shadowing the third man and the third man, a filmmaker's influence, are the two special features that will not work. And if you look at this block in the red, I'll try to hold it steady. You see that? And you can just pause it. But so you can see all the features you get with that. And then, like I said, shadowing the third man and the third man, a filmmaker's influence, will not work. Now remember, I have not tested this myself. Now the older print of the Studio Canal of the third man that I have, the transfer, and I remember it was just it's okay. It's still good or decent. But I heard that the Criterion one is still the better. But this one, since it's a 4K transfer, I'm expecting and or rather maybe hoping that this one is a better transfer than that Studio Canal. Maybe at the very least on par with the Criterion one, or maybe even better because it's a newer scan, I believe, right? And I guess I can just go ahead and read the back here. It says here, there's a quote, "A thing of true cinematic beauty." I think it's too small. If I try to pull it back, Jesus. It says, "The third man has been beautifully restored in 4K for the first time, showcasing the genius of the celebrated British noir, voted the greatest British film of all time by British Film Institute poll. Holly Martins, that's his name, played by Joseph Cotton from Citizen Kane, a naive writer of pulp westerns, which, believe it or not, I've yet to see Citizen Kane. Wow. A native writer, and even though I have it, a native writer, not the Criterion one though, I have to get that. A native writer of pulp westerns arrives in Vienna to meet his old friend Harry Lime, that's it, the incomparable Orson Welles, yeah, which, a little FYI, Orson Welles also voiced Unicron from Transformers, a movie, okay, but finds that Lime has apparently been killed in a suspicious accident. Martins, too curious for his own good, hears contradictory stories about the circumstances of Lime's death, and as witnesses disappear, he finds himself chased by unknown assailants. Complicating matters are the sardonic Major Calloway, played by Trevor Howard, head of the British forces, and Lime's stage actress mistress. Yeah, I second time watching it, I got up to there where Holly Martins went to, visit her, see her perform and have a talk with her because he saw her at the funeral. Anna Schmidt, played by Alida Valli. Will Martin's curiosity lead him to discover things about his old friend that he'd rather not know? Brilliantly scripted by Graham Greene and set to Anton Karas's evocative zither score, this justly celebrated classic is further enhanced by Robert Krasker's Academy Award-winning cinematography and Orson Welles in one of his most iconic screen roles. Directed by Carol Reed, I don't know. It's spelled Carol. Carol is a female name. There wasn't really a lot of. The reason why I'm not too sure, because even though there were female directors, back in the old times, uh, it's not like today. One of the early female directors. Her name is. But it's going back even more. You know, predates this one by a little bit. Dorothy Arzner, who directed a film called Manhattan Cocktail, right? And she was one of the first very early female directors, which back then was like a rare thing. So I have no idea. Carol Reed. I don't know if that's male or female, but yeah. So that is it. The Third Man. I'm very glad now to have a hard shell copy of it, and apparently a better transfer than my old Studio Canal digibook of it. So do pick this one up. It's only like $17.99. You can get it here in America, yeah. Um, and despite what it says back here, Region B, apparently it's confirmed that it works on Region A, B, and C. So basically like region free. Okay, so The Third Man, uh, that is it. I keep thinking like I didn't hit record, or I forgot to hit record because it's so small, the timer. Anyways, that is it. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you. I feel like I have something more to say, but I guess not. I got nothing to rant about. Everything is going well. Okay, yeah, it's good.